happening. But here in game number 3, he does have another chance. So guys, we will be launching into Honor Grounds to see who can take out this series.
And in the bottom right, winning game number 2, will he win 3? This is Byun.
Representing Team Expert, the reigning world champion from BlizzCon, going up against the most consistent foreign player of all time. It is Team Liquid Snute.
Snute as well, a couple things to talk about here. He is also a grand finalist of the Intel Extreme Masters Katowice. So last year, he got on stage versus Pult, the big Spodek arena in front of 10,000 people.
Yeah.
Really huge highlight of his career, and pretty much secured him those WCS points as well for the global finals at the end of the year. You know, we mentioned just quickly before we got into this game that depending on spawns, this is a rotationally symmetrical map. So right here we see Snute with the spawns that he really would love, and we know that Snute loves to be greedy. He loves to you know, have a lot of to play the longer game rather. But actually, speaking of greediness, he's actually gone pull first then hatch. So being careful.
And a good choice, because, you know, there's a lot of loved players out there. I would say that Byun is one of the most loved players, but even he has haters. And do you know what unit those haters dislike a little bit, Maynard?
The Reaper.
Yeah, and that's why they tend to not like him too much, because they've been bounced around, bashed and bruised by Reaper rushes all over the ladder. And it really is what Byun has used to carry him through to success, especially in his TvZ. And even here on Honor Grounds, we do see it once again. Of course, Snute has gone pull first. He's taken the in-base natural, but it's cross-map. So even though the Reapers are going to take a long time to get across the map, he's not going to see this coming for a very long time. And his early response to it is going to really decide the fate of how much damage this can get done.
Yeah, time will tell if this will pay off for Snute or Byun here. So far, looks pretty decent for Byun. We've got the 3 Raxes making the Reapers now going across the map. First one on the field here on the camera as we see the Ling of Snute doesn't quite scout it, but it will probably see the reinforcements.
Byun here just carefully scouting with his Reaper. He doesn't really care too much about the first Reaper or 2 being delayed, because this is all about the surprise. And it looks like his second Reaper has been shown. Okay, that's great tell for Snute. Snute knows exactly what he's up against. You can see there in the production tab, an instant Roach Warren goes down. I'm not sure if he'd started Zergling speed, but if he did, he's cancelled it, because he just wants to focus purely on getting out a squad of 4 Ravagers, enough to one-shot Reapers, and then he's just going to use that to defend. And once he's got those Roaches and Ravagers out, he'll just drone super hard behind it and take the economic advantage.
Yeah, what we just saw there, luckily enough for Snute, he had multiple Zerglings going across the map looking for his opponent, and he caught that second Reaper after the first Zergling saw the first one.
If we can see a shot of the ledge now where the Reapers have to get on up, you can see there's just this one very broad frontal area where the Reapers can engage. Snute has to dance back and forwards with his queens. He needs to try to cover this area. That creep tumor is very important. But of course, Byun can't see where that is, which is why he won't be able to focus that down. So far, a fantastic defense here from Snute.
Yeah, he looks like he's got pretty much everything he needs. He's got the, what do you call it, the Swiss Army knife of Zerg here against 3 Rax Reaper. It looks like every single tool of the trade. Yeah. The Queens are here and they're good in number. He's droning, in fact, because he knows he has what he needs at the stage as far as army goes. He
doesn't even need to really make Ravagers. He can use that Cliff, the Overlords, and the Creeper giving him forward warning. And already we see Reaper production has halted. Byun is kind of going, oh, this is a bit of a pain for him. You know, if he was up against a hatchery first, cross-map wouldn't have been too bad, but those 2 early Zerglings spotted this so fast. Snute is so well prepared. And really, that one creep tumor he just sniped, that is the grand total of all of the damage that Byun has achieved here.
A little bit of damage there on the Zerg units, but they do regenerate, so not a big deal. Oh, this hatchery going down for Snute maybe a little bit early here. The Reapers are still on the front door, and they're starting to burn it down.
Oh, does force a cancel. Nice pickup there from Byun. Snute just going to instantly replace that, though. As the creep gets down, he won't be able to keep on that pressure. And behind this, +1 weapons on the way, Stim and a Starport. Byun just going to go up into 3 racks bio, get those medevac drops going. Definitely give a small advantage here to Snute, though, after all this.
Yeah, and we're going to have ourselves a TvZ, Pig. It's not going to end early, this one. Reapers here, just dancing at that Zelnaga watchtower, trying to get damage on Snute's army. They are bopping those Roaches back and forth, but still not that much damage. And still, Snute droning like a madman here, getting those workers up.
I can't help but think this almost plays into Snute's hand. You know, showed in game 1 he wants to go Roach Ravager. He'd love to use this composition with Infestors. So this isn't the same as when you play someone who really loves to just play Ling Bane Muta and then you force them to go Ravagers. It sort of disrupts their play a little bit. In this case, Snute just goes, oh, awesome, I've got some Roaches and Ravagers. I was going to be building a lot of these anyway. And now you can add the Zergling speed, go up into Lair, double Evo Chamber, a Baneling Nest on the way as well.
Interesting. So usually when you Roach Ravagering, you're not going to see the Baneling Nest, but I guess with the Ling speed, that's kind of a tell here for Snute that he wants to have
yeah, very well.
two different lines of tech.
Might go Mutalisks actually and just stick with the very small numbers of Roaches and Ravagers, which can work exceptionally well. Because obviously in game number 1 he was focused more on Infestors. Didn't really add any Banelings until the Supreme late game. But for now, Byun is preparing. These two medevacs coming out kind of signals his first chance to really move out on the map.
And this is almost certainly going to be Mutalisk at this point here with 1-1 on the way for the Zerglings and the Banelings. Ledge about to pop. He got the extra gases as well, and speed also just about to finish.
Snute's very low on army supply right now, not really respecting this follow-up. He's going up to 65, 66 workers. He hasn't started Zergling production, and that double drop's going to hit his back door while the Reapers jump in the front. I don't know if Snute's going to be prepared for this. He's building another 5 workers. Snute, you're being so insanely greedy right now. I don't know how he's going to be able to defend this.
I don't know either, Pig. 16 Marines with Civ are coming into the back door. Natural of Honor Grounds here for Snute's main, and he's pulling everything he's got to try and hold here. He's already lost 4 drones. Ravagers getting transfused to get kept alive. Snute holding somehow for now, but the Marines are still alive, being picked up. Byun deflected.
Good defense there from Snute. He lost 7 workers.
Well, that's not it.
But he needs to do more damage here, does Byun, because Snute was so greedy. If he gets away with just that, he's going to be fine. But the drop comes back in. Snute's pulled all his units away, and the drop gets a chance to snipe off the Queen. Starts to do more damage. The Reapers and Marines jumping in on the front at the same time. Everything is falling apart for Snute here. This is disastrous.
Oh, man, and Byun's got it. GG! The champ gets himself a 2-1 and a little bit of a fist pump there. Picture-in-picture player cam. Snute looking